I'm now inside the complex of Giza, and I've just met with the guide who'll be hooking me up with the camelman. His name is Hani.
Hello.
So I don't believe you will be coming with me, but you'll just be introducing me to the camelman, right?
Okay. Oh no, maybe I'm going with
Or maybe you come as well. No problem.
Oh.
No problem at all. It's possible to do horse ride as well on a horse cart, but I think the camel ride is more fun, isn't it?
Better, yeah.
Yes. Would the horse be able to go to the viewpoint? Because the viewpoint is on a hill. So
Yeah, but from outside, the camel he can go in anyway.
Yes.
The camel, his name is the ship of desert.
the ship of the desert.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
That's your city.
Oh yes, this is Camel City.
Yeah.
This camel is called Moses.
Moses.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, Moses, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Let's
you.
get on the camel.
Yes, if it's here. Come to close. One.
Just one.
Two.
One.
That's
All right. So I've got my leg over. Let's hook it up into the buckle.
all done. Lean back, okay?
So you want me to lean back now?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna lean back. So. Wow. It's so important to lean back because when the camel gets up, it kind of pushes your body forward, and if you're not holding on to something, you would end up being like hurtled forward. You probably end up somewhere on the camel's neck. But you've got these harnesses here which would stop you from falling off completely, I suppose. And Hani, could you tell me what this site is in front of us here?
That's the city of the worker.
This, oh,
That's
this
the
is...
people helping king for the pyramid.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I've heard about it. This is it. This is the city of the workers.
Yes.
This is where the people who built the pyramids...
You have 100,000 persons.
My goodness. But that's a lot of people for this site.
Yes.
Maybe 100,000 worked on the pyramids at the same time.
Yeah.
And some of them lived here.
Yeah.
Wow. So you see, guys, it was a proper city, proper functioning city. So I suppose if it's a city, it had everything you need. All facilities, amenities, shops, probably an economy of its own. I think someone may be trying to scale the walls and enter the compound. Try and do some touting, I suppose. And the security guards have caught on to what's happening.
And that's a new found before 1 year.
So 1 year ago they found this area here. I can see there's a hole.
Village behind that mountain.
Right.
Another city of the worker.
Right.
Found him, the new found. We have with him in the tomb
Yes.
about 50,000 for animal.
Right.
Use the animal to push the stone.
Okay. Right. So probably something like elephants or
No, not elephant. Maybe like a cow or soul.
cow or yes, like a bull. Okay. So it wasn't just people who were pulling the stones up the ramps, up from the river where they were probably delivered by boat, but also animals were involved too. Right. There's a lot of whipping going on today. Hello, we're really close to the camels here. My friend, I'm not comfortable with the camels so close. They're strong animals. Well, right. Well, I think it's well under control, but I'm a bit on the edge. Were they made from limestone?
The big ones, lime.
Yes.
Already the normal, the pyramid, he built it all from limestone.
Okay.
But each one, you have a different, like a cover or something from down.
Okay.
Yeah, the big one you have good material from black granite.
Granite?
Yeah.
The strong one?
Yes, strong one.
Okay.
And that's good material.
Okay.
Second one, you have a different cover on the top from alabaster.
The top is alabaster.
Yeah, but he have before he have a cover from old body.
But that cover there, the tip there, is how the pyramid would have looked when it was fully covered with white limestone. I think what they did was they covered it with white limestone and they polished it to give it a really bright white sheen. When you're on the camel, you do tend to sort of waddle to the left and right a bit. So there you go, left, right, right. But you get used to it. It's not uncomfortable in any way. So here we are at the viewpoint. Oh my goodness. Wow. So you can actually see all 9 pyramids, can't you? You can actually see there's 3 small ones in the front, the 3 big ones, and the 3 small ones on the other side. Wow. You can also see the city of Giza, I think. Hani, would this be the city of Giza or is this Cairo city?
Giza.
This is,
Cairo downtown.
and Cairo downtown can be seen in the background as well. This is an amazing view. This is an amazing view. This is really, it's not even old meets modern. This is ancient meeting modern in the background, in the same view. I'm now in charge of the camel. I'm riding behind Hani. A bit challenging because I've got GoPro in one hand and I'm trying to navigate the camel, make it turn at the same time. But so far so good. So I'm going to try and make the camel go by the side of Hani's camel. Can we do it? It'd be good if we can just catch up just a little bit. So if I tap my legs more, he will go faster?
Yes.
If I tap more? Okay. Okay. Oh, he is speeding up. So that's the feet action. Yeah, he's speeding up a bit. Let's go. But I can't make him go faster. More foot? Okay. Let's go. I think Hani's just giving him a bit of a whip, and it does work.
Left.
Right, let's go to the left. Yeah, I don't want to be on the rocky bits here. Let's see if I can make him go a bit faster. Not that I need to make him go faster. I'm quite happy with this pace. I was just trying to keep up with Hani there. Okay, let's move a bit to the left there. Right, okay, good. Well, now he's speeding up. Right. Oh no, you don't need to go too fast, mate.
Good.
Whoa.
Good massage.
Yes, good massage.
Good after finish, walk like Egyptian.
Yeah, that's for true. That's for sure. I'll be walking like an Egyptian once I finish with this camel. Mind you, I'm only joking. He's very comfortable indeed. Right, let's move a bit to the right, and then we can come back in a bit. We're now safely past the other tourists. Oh no, he's left me. Am I going the right way? Yes, I know. We're all wondering where Hani's speed. Let's carry on. I'm sure he'll catch up. Let's head to Khafre's pyramid. We've got some exploring to do, Moses. This way. Yes, let's go. No, he doesn't want to listen to me. I'm sure it's not the technique. I think he knows Hani's not around and he's not going anywhere. And he's just slowed down here for a bit of a sightseeing. He's going to have a bit of a look around, admire the pyramids. Yep, he's looking for Hani. He's a loyal camel, isn't he? He's not going to leave Hani for a moment. Right. I was a bit nervous, but I think he kind of trusts me with the camel. Not that he should, but he seems to, and I'm happy with it. Can't really see what's happening behind me, and I'm not going to bother turning back. It's a bit dangerous. I do need to hold the GoPro and hold on to the camel, or the harness even, up here, and navigate at the same time. Hani, where are we going? Are we going that way?
What?
Where are we going? Oh, straight this way. Okay, right, I see. We're going towards the pyramid of Khafre. So the camel knows to be gentle around here. He's navigating this step down really well. And he's looking for Hani. Yes, he's coming. Let's go. Let's go. So I think we're going to take this path because that's where Hani is. So before I was holding onto the harness constantly, but I don't know if you've noticed, slowly I've managed to sort of let go of the harness completely, and I'm just holding the leash now and GoPro in the other, and you kind of get used to balancing yourself on the harness. You know, you're sort of going with the rhythm of the camel, and it just feels very natural to sit on it now.
Hold on.
Okay, right, I'm pulling away and he's like, hold on, right. Right, we have some tourists there. Right, they're going to the right, we'll go to the left. It's been decided. Right, I think we'll say bye to the other bunch. See you guys. Bye-bye. Right. It does look a bit dangerous around here. You've got a bit of a cliff situation here. But I feel safe with the camel. I trust this camel. I feel like he's doing his best to look after me. I think. Which way are they going? Are they going to the left? Yep. We'll go to the right. Right. So we're going to find a convenient place to disembark the camel. Is that even a word? Well, get off the camel anyway. And the plan is to then travel on foot across this area here on the left and towards the Great Pyramid of Giza. Because if we carry on, we're going to end up at the Sphinx. And I think that would be the wrong order in which to do things. So let's start with the Great Pyramid first. Right, more left. And get onto the sand. Right, let's go onto the sand behind the rock. Right, let's go forward, Moses. Just a bit more. And I think we can stop here. So I'm going to pull the leash back to stop here. I have no idea how to make it come down. Like how? How do I do it? Oh, okay.
And some
okay.
little bit by
Okay. Oh,
Lean back, okay? Hold
Okay.
on, hold on.
oh, I've managed it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I've managed it. I managed it.
Good work. You
Wow.
can work with me.
I can, yes.
You can do it.
I will work for free, my friend. I will work for free. You don't need to pay me. It's such a great place to be working.
I hope
Wow.
to join.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Right. So let's get the buckles off.
Out the feet from the stirrup first.
The
Out your feet. Out the feet.
okay. So out the feet. Let's get the both feet out, and then we
Get off.
come off like you would on a motorbike,
Take your,
and we're off.
take your scarf. Scarf.
Right. We have the scarf here. Let's grab the scarf and say bye to Moses. Is it okay if I stroke at this point? Right.
Touch.
Wow. Right. Well, I think we had a good journey. What do you think? You did a terrific job, and it was a pleasure to be with you for the ride. Right. And what we'll be doing now is we'll be putting the scarf on. I'll leave my glasses on because it's easier to put the glasses on first. Okay. Brilliant.
Good.
Brilliant. Right. Okay. So let's do the deeds, and I'll be on my way. Okay. 200. We agreed 350, right? So it's okay. You take 400.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure,
Thank you.
and hopefully we meet again soon. But you know what? Guys, his name is Hani, and I will leave his phone number in the comment section on the YouTube video. And if you require his services, you know, he's in this area, you know, and he can even come to your hotel to pick you up.
Nice to meet you. Bye bye.
Let's shake hands.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
So that was the camel ride. What a ride. I'm still taking it in. I mean, I just didn't expect that experience. I think that is one memory that you're gonna like treasure for the rest of your life, isn't it? How often do you get to ride around on a camel around the pyramids? And not just that, but you get to ride the camel yourself. It still hasn't sunk in what I've just done. What an experience. The guy Hani, I've got his phone number saved, and I'll be leaving it in the comment section so that you guys can use him for his services. I can't promise he'll let you have the same experience as I had. I think it sort of depends on your character, and he does need to kind of trust you, doesn't he, with the camel. So I can't promise you'll have exactly the same experience as I had, but you'll get your money's worth. So really, I've paid 350 plus a £50 tip for an hour and a half journey. Let's see what the time is. Time now is 10 o'clock. So for a 1 hour trip, the recommended price is 300 for local Egyptians, and I believe it's 500 for foreigners. So I've actually paid kind of a price that's between a local price and a foreigner price, and I think that's a good deal to be had at any tourist place, especially for the experience we had. Right, we are now outside of the Great Pyramid of Giza, so let's cross over and have a look. Oh, he's put his brakes on, hasn't he? Wow, look at that. He's skidding along in all sorts. Up. He's doing a U-turn. Are you going past, mate? Okay. Right, he's stopping. Right, let's go. Oh, no, he's coming again. So we've now just come around anti-clockwise, and we're now facing the side that's sort of facing Giza city. So in fact this is the entrance to the chamber, isn't it? This is not just a place to take photographs, but it's also the official entrance to the pyramids. So here we see a sort of a camel station and horses as well. For foreigners, 500 Egyptian pounds per 1 hour. I can't make out the price for locals. Is it even written on it? But I know that the price for locals has now gone up from 150 per hour to 300 per hour. So that's a government fixed price. You know, you shouldn't really be paying more than that. I suppose the only reason is there's some extra value that you've received, like we did. Or if you just want to tip the person who is taking on a ride. It's very precise, it's smooth. Could this be the original surface of the pyramids, the high quality limestone, which was white but has since faded? Definitely shows signs of being polished. It is quite smooth. Even if this is reconstructed, I'm sure that the angle made by these stones is the original angle, the angle that would be necessary for the walls to meet together to form the pinnacle at the top. Of course, there's no margin for error. You know, if you get the angle even slightly wrong, you're going to be off, and there's no way to repair any mistakes. It's got to be spot on, otherwise it's not going to be a pyramid. You can make some corrections, but they'd have to be gentle corrections. You can't make corrections right at the top, the last minute. You can see that a lot of planning would have had to go into this, making sure the rocks are cut exactly at the right angle and really smoothly. Finished already, my friend. I finished it already. Okay, thank you.
You're happy, sir.
Oh, I'm always happy. I'm a happy chappy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Where you come from?
Egypt.
Egypt?
Yes.
Egypt, same to me.
Okay. So, I could explore that side there, but it's a similar showing really. So, you can see the smaller pyramids up there in the background. So, that pyramid there would be, I suppose, for the Queen. Could be for other family members such as the son and daughter. But I've heard that they could also be for other people who are important to the king. Cross over and head to the second tallest in relative terms. So here is the first view from close up of the pyramid of Khafre. So in terms of the purpose of the pyramids, I think the idea was that after the passing away of the king, they wanted to make sure that the king transitioned from his previous life into the next life or the afterlife, and it happened as smoothly as possible. So the pyramid of course forms a pinnacle, reaches to the sky, and I suppose it makes that transition to the afterlife as easy as possible. I think the pharaoh was buried with all sorts of gold and all sorts of other precious metals and stones, all sorts of clothing and food that the pharaoh would have preferred, or the pharaoh's favorite food even. And all these offerings were placed inside the chamber so that the pharaoh can have a transition again that's as easy as possible. So I suppose one of the ideas behind making it so big is that if someone was to attempt to raid the pyramid, then finding that chamber would be difficult. It would take a long time. It sort of delays the process a bit. It's not like you can come along to the area and just grab and pillage the precious stuff that's in there. Of course, it didn't really work in real life, because obviously the message is going to spread. You know, people attempt to rob and pillage, not in one go, but many times over. And so obviously the message is going to be passed around. Information gets passed around as to how to best enter the pyramid, how to best access the chamber which has all the precious stuff. So when the British archaeologists did eventually get inside the chambers, unfortunately they found nothing valuable, just the sarcophagus that was remaining. So looking at the blocks, they're about 1.5 meters wide and 1.25 meters tall. By the color of these stones on the exterior, you can see that there has been a lot of exposure or damage by exposure to the elements. But it's limestone, and it does weather with rain, with pollution especially, and it has happened, as you'd expect. So looking from here at the face of the pyramid of Khafre, you can see the roughness in the blocks. I think the face looks even more rougher than the previous pyramid. Almost like these rocks are ready to kind of just tumble off any moment and land on the floor. But of course the officials have visited and inspected, and they've declared this very safe. So no real cause for concern, although from here it does look very much like they're very loosely laid out, especially the smaller ones which are between the larger ones. There is an entrance to this pyramid that's possible from this ticket office and through this passage down here.
In the morning in the front of the exit.
Yes, because my friend, I was waiting.
Take a picture for all camel.
Yes, my friend, I was waiting for my camel man, Hani.
Hani.
Yes, he met me. He took me for the camel ride around all the pyramids.
No problem.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the camel ride. I talked to see you in the front of the exit in the morning.
Oh yes, I like to talk. It doesn't matter. I can talk with you
No problem.
for about anything.
You're welcome.
And
because if you open YouTube, you watch me and you watch my camel on YouTube.
so you have a YouTube channel with you riding or taking people for a camel ride on YouTube.
Yes.
And your name is
Atif.
Atif.
Yes.
Okay. So Atif.
Camel Bob Marley.
Right. So his camel is called Bob Marley, who is grazing away up there. Must be a funky camel, hey, if it's
Yes.
Bob Marley. Is he?
Funky
Right. Okay.
What's
Does
your
he?
name?
I'm Hemel.
Camel.
Yes.
Like
nice
a
to meet
camel.
you. Yes, exactly. I just rode a camel too.
Yes, you
Yes.
really
Yes. I've been
But
meaning to.
because you respect me, you
Yes.
talk nice to me, I give you photo with my camera, this is free.
Okay.
Promise.
For the people who are watching, how much would you charge for a ride
viewpoint?
around all the pyramids and the
All the
viewpoint?
pyramid?
Yes. What is your
1
price?
hour, it's my price, 300 pounds.
I think
1
that's a
hour.
very good price. And
It's
photographs
like-
included?
Included everything.
Okay.
You not pay extra.
Okay. I
I
think.
promise. Not change my promise. I'm different to anybody here.
Oh, I can see. I can see already, my friend. I can see. I can see
Then you
your
all
difference.
respect, also I give you my respect.
Absolutely. I'm glad to hear. I'm sure that's a price people would agree to pay, and that's a local price as well, I think. So it's very good.
But
Hopefully-
anyway, if you like to take a picture in my camera, this is for you, like, no pay.
That's okay, my friend. It's okay. I
No
have.
problem. If you want it, even you are to think about, this
Yes.
is my place.
Okay, if I want to do a second camel ride,
No
I know
problem.
exactly where to come.
You're welcome anytime.
Okay, my friend.
Enjoy
Have a
your
nice
time.
day.
Have a nice day too.
Thank you. He seems very genuine, and the price is definitely very genuine. So, yes, that's another option too for a camel ride. Now just coming round the pyramid of Khafre. This is like the third side we're going past. Lots of rocks, many rocks laid out here. Surely these are granite. The thing about the granite was that it was used for forming like the base of certain pyramids. I think it's the Menkaure pyramid, which was made with a lot more granite. Maybe half of it was constructed with granite and the rest with limestone. It's a difference in technique, isn't it? Because people would have learned from the techniques of building the first pyramid and the second pyramid, and by the time they got to the third one, they probably decided to use granite to stop it being probably make it more stronger, more defensive against any potential attacks which they may have experienced in the time that elapsed between the first and the third pyramid here. I believe that pyramid there is Menkaure. You can see the darker colour there. Look at that pyramid there, and look at this pyramid here. It's a different stone. A lot more granite being used there. So this is the third phase of the Khafre pyramid, and there's something interesting about this side of the pyramid. I don't know if you can notice from here, but it's a lot more rougher than the other two sides. The sides have undergone a lot of erosion. You can see a lot of dust and soil, just eroded soil that's come off all the rocks. In fact, you can't see as much of the definition of the rocks as you could on the other sides. You're seeing it mixed in with just loose soil. There's a lot of erosion that's taking place on this side. Pyramid of Menkaure. Check out the view from here. That's amazing. You can see the staircase, the banister, a lot newer. It looks like it's just recently been installed, and they're preparing this site for access. You can see attempts have been made to make a certain angle, but it's not a okay. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I'm allowed to touch, but he just said touch is okay, so let's touch it. So again, I'm officially touching the pyramid of Menkaure. So I don't think it's about making the surface look geometrically as it was when it was first built, but it's more about covering the interior so that you've got some kind of a face of granite showing, and from a distance you will not notice these uneven faces. Where the entrance is, however, I think an attempt has been made to make the granite completely flat. Or is this the original granite? Excuse me, my friend. Is this the original granite from the pyramids? This, yes. Wow. This is the original granite. Guys, this is it. There's a piece there which starts off flat and then it turns lumpy up there. You see the profile has changed, and it then follows the same sort of level as the other stones. So the design of this pyramid was that the area around the entrance was going to be flat surface, but the rest can be made rougher looking. It wasn't necessary to make it look flat. This is the effect that they wanted, and these rocks have fallen off from the top. So the surface finish of this pyramid was granite, which is probably the reason why it's in such a good shape. There was less of a need to steel granite. It's tougher, a lot more difficult to cut, and a lot more difficult to transport. Although I'm sure some attempts may have been made, but most of it seems to be still lying here. You're approaching this entrance up here and you're surrounded by the rocks which used to sit on the face of the pyramid, and it gives it a lot more sort of a authentic feel, doesn't it? I just wonder if plans might be made in the future to have these rocks replaced to their original position. It would be a giant effort. You'd need cranes for sure, and you'd need to close the site if you're going to do such an operation. Maybe not close the whole site, but at least fence off this pyramid. You see, a lot of coaches are parked up here. I think the way it works is that people visit one pyramid at a time, hop off, visit the pyramid, and hop back onto the coach. The coach then takes them to the next pyramid, and so on. And of course you can pick up a camel ride and a horse ride from here too. So the limestone that was used to create the interior of the pyramids, which you can see there, was actually available on this very site. So it was just quarried and transported a small distance and placed, well, shaped and then placed where it needed to be placed. But the stones which made up the surface came from further out. I think they had to be transported along the river and then hauled across by men or animals using some kind of a pull system and a push system. Some kind of pulley system I think was employed. But then the job of transporting them up the pyramids as you're making each layer, well, that's another job in itself, isn't it? And I think that was done using ramps. Now I'm not sure how the ramps were designed. Were there ramps which were spiraling around the pyramid, or were the ramps zigzagging on one face at a time, or were the ramps directly going in a straight line, which means the ramp would have to be a lot further out. It would start a lot further out to give you that gentle slope that you'd need to drag the stones up. I think people are not really sure about that, but clearly you needed some kind of ramp system to get the stones up there. And mortar was also used, the way in which we construct houses at the moment, you know, brick and mortar. So there was mortar used to bind the stones together so that they're set in place and don't shift with the work that's ongoing. About this place is I've really thought about how to get around the complex. You can see very good quality roads. You've got pavements too, which you could walk along, and the roads are good enough for horses and cars and buses. You don't see camels riding on these roads. I think if they did, they would probably block everything. So I think the horse and cart have permission to ride on the roads to get a really smooth ride on this road. This guy's going to cut across. Just a bit bumpy there. You do get thrown around a bit, I think, when you go up the pavements, but then it's all smooth sailing. So one thing I've noticed about the way in which the pyramids were built, this pyramid here, the biggest one in relative terms, Khufu pyramid, is built on lower ground. The pyramid here for Khafre was built on slightly higher ground. And the last pyramid we visited, the Menkaure pyramid, was built on even higher ground, because you saw we had to walk downhill to get back to the starting point. So with each new pyramid that was added, it was built on higher ground, but the height of each pyramid was smaller than the previous one. So not sure what the reasoning is there, but the effect it gives you is they all look of very good size from far. I suppose if the Menkaure pyramid was built on lower ground, or even the same level as the first one here. It would look a lot smaller from a distance, wouldn't it? I'm not sure if it's due to limitations or if that was the idea, but that is what you see. So the direction I need to head in is that. Because I need to. I don't need to. I don't need a camel, my friend.
Take a picture. Tell a photo for me.
I have taken many pictures.
For me. This grab is not charged. Take one for you. This bigger video, yeah.
I'm not saying a word because he's going to start charging me. He might even follow me. So there seems to be a feature around here. Tour guide seems to be giving some advice, some information. Let's have a quick look. Okay, I can't quite see, but it's quite deep. It's almost like a well. There is a well, if you guys can see. There is a well. If it's deep, then it was a source of water. In fact, I think, talking of water, I'm quite sure this area surrounding the Sphinx was actually filled with water. So we're talking about those buildings that you see in the background. Those would have had a good amount of water there, which will be channeled in from the Nile. So you could access this site from the River Nile and transport the blocks across that you needed to construct the pyramids. But not only that, it would also be like a gateway to the Giza necropolis from the Nile. So, but of course, Sphinx wasn't just the gatekeeper. It was also like a guardian. It was a symbolic creature that was meant to be a guardian of the resting places of the pharaohs. And so apparently it's a symbolic creature which is half lion. Well, the body is of a lion and the head is of a human. I'm always trying to be friendly with everyone I meet, but sometimes I'm not really sure if it's a hook for you to purchase something off them. And so I'm always in doubt. I think it kind of depends on what the situation is. Where are you? Do they have a camel or a horse that they might want to offer to you, or some artifacts, souvenirs that they have in the hand? Because that's a clear sign that they're trying to get you into a conversation so that hopefully you could purchase something of them. So to get to the entrance, we would follow this path round, past the stalls selling all sorts of souvenirs. You see carvings of Tutankhamun.
Excuse me.
The pyramids made from various stones. Got camels, sarcophagus, the Sphinx. Hello. Lots of carvings here of Tutankhamun, the Queen Nefertiti.
This way. Hey, my friend. Hey, my friend. How are you?
I'm well, my friend. Thank you. Welcome to Egypt. Area. I'm going through the gates. For the first time, we're getting some shade here. What I'm seeing is a structure with lots of pillars. It must have had a roof when it was built. From my understanding, of course, it's difficult without a tour guide. I think many people here do have a tour guide. You can see, you can hear them. But from my understanding of this place, is that this place is a temple for the pharaoh Khafre. I think this is a place where the ceremonies took place before he was placed within the chamber of the pyramid. This is like a sending off, a farewell, so that his transition into the next life would be a smooth one. So it's a religious ritual according to the religion of that time, in the ancient times in Egypt. We know that a great belief in life after death, like many religions do still right now. And you can see how important this temple would have been. It was built specifically for the king before the placing into the chamber. You can see from here a lot more detail of the body. The bottom half is a lot more better preserved than the top half. There's also a decking laid out in front of you there, so that is for access directly to between the paws. I'm not sure if there's any kind of an entrance. I'm not sure if there's a chamber underneath that you would access, but it could just be a viewpoint. So you stand on that platform there and take photographs with the Sphinx directly behind you. I'm actually going right through people's photographs, but I've got to make a move, otherwise I'll be stuck in one place forever. Sorry guys. So you can see the bottom half is a lot more better condition than the top half. Now remember, this place was covered by sand for, I don't know, possibly thousands of years. It was really only discovered like 200 years ago, and then I think the excavation probably started like 100 years ago, probably in the 1920s I think it is. So during that time it was completely covered. It's only by chance that the head was sticking out about 200 years ago, and it was discovered by somebody. So clearly the excavation began and all the sand was removed to uncover the Sphinx as a whole. So I suppose it makes sense that if the Sphinx was buried slowly over time, just naturally, then the bottom would be the best preserved. As the sand level gently rises, the top half would always be exposed to the elements, unless of course some deliberate effort was made to deface by invaders, then that's another story. But if it was just due to natural phenomena, then you can see it makes complete sense for the way in which the Sphinx looks. It's almost like these stones were placed just recently. Look at the condition of it. So smooth. Look at the curvature of the tail. One thing about the placement of the Sphinx is that it is horizontal. The front of it very close to ground level. So of course if the Sphinx was at a higher level, you'd be obscuring the pyramids completely. Possibly not from all angles, but from many angles. And so you can see it's been placed a lot lower. And it's sort of in front of the Pyramid of Khafre, isn't it? It's right in front of the Pyramid of Khafre behind me. So it's probably an indication that it was built after the Pyramid of Khafre.
$1. 1 minute.
I think this is a good place to wrap it up. I really enjoyed today. I think this is one of the best trips I've had at any tourist site, and I think I'll be remembering this experience forever. I think if you do get a chance to come out here, it's definitely worthwhile, no matter how many videos or photographs you've seen. It's just something else when you visit. I hope you enjoyed today's video of the Giza Necropolis, and I hope to see you again in the next one.